Okay, hello everyone. My name is Ann DeVito with Intentional Marketer University. I am here interviewing network marketing star Tiffany Preusker. She is a leader in her business. She is with the It Works company and she is a triple diamond, correct?
Yes, I am.
So a lot of the companies, name their levels a little bit differently, but triple diamond obviously is high up there. You're on the cusp of presidential and
yes, so I have 2 more promotions to go, which is pretty exciting.
Yes, very exciting. So today we wanted to interview Tiffany as a successful network marketer who is not only using offline strategies to build her team and sell her product, but she also is in the world of Facebook and Instagram, and through watching her throughout the couple of years, could tell that she is successful in the attraction marketing game, which is what we teach here at Intentional Marketer University. So we have prepared a few 10 questions to go through with Tiffany, and I hope you enjoy and take something away from what Tiffany has learned throughout her journey online and offline in network marketing. So let's get started. Number 1, tell our audience about yourself and what's your business, and how are you helping people with both your products and your opportunity?
So, hi, she said my name is Tiffany. I am a mom of 4. I have 4 young boys. Actually, they're not so young anymore. They're all in school right now. They're 4, 6, 8, and 11. But I started almost 2.5 years ago. So they were little. And I live in the Chicago suburbs, northwest side of the suburbs. And I did not want to get into network marketing, believe it or not. I went to school and I have a master's in fiction writing, and I was under the impression that I always had to have a very real, just traditional job. I went to college and I had to use those degrees. There were no other options, especially with student loans and everything else. Network marketing was kind of a joke almost in my mind, and my mom got involved with It Works, which is a health and wellness company. And I was a customer of hers for an entire year. I absolutely loved the greens, and I thought that they were a great product. They only had 1 flavor at the time, and I was giving them to myself and my children. And throughout that entire year, my mom was like, you have to join this company. You have to try this. It would be phenomenal. And I laughed and just was like, I am not doing this. Leave me alone. There were even a couple times that I would hang up on her because I was like, stop bugging me. Mm-hmm. And they had a great promotion going on. And it was, with It Works, they do not give away, like a lot of companies will give away a car, or they give away, iPads or jewelry, certain, promotions like that for reaching certain levels. And It Works gives away cash. And they were offering a really big bonus. And I just kept thinking about it. And I thought, what if it does work for me? So I ended up calling my mom, and I was like, I am going to give it 3 months. But if it doesn't work, then I have to be able to quit, and you can't bug me ever again. And she said, okay. And so I ended up joining, and I wasn't the type of person that was just going to sit back and do nothing with it. So if I was going to give it 3 months, it was going to be 3 hard months where I was actually going to give my all. I was going to do exactly what, I was supposed to do. And, it just sort of grew for me. I am not a rock star promoter by any means. I don't reach each level in a month, but it's consistent. And I love what I'm doing. And the products are amazing. I mean, they're really great, natural, plant-based products that make you feel better. I mean, that's right. The big thing for me.
So how has the opportunity helped the people on your team? Like, how is your opportunity helping people?
So the way that I try to focus on people that I know are a lot like myself. Mm-hmm. Either they have kids and they don't want to work as much as they're working because they want more time with their kids when they're younger, or they have student loans and they're working super, super hard at these jobs that their degrees have said you have to do, but it's not paying off debt. It's chipping away very slowly. And I have people on my team that have been able to stop working altogether, just to be able to come home to their families. I also have people on my team that are paying off debt. I have people on my team that don't want to quit their job, but one of their, a mom of 5 on my team, her oldest went to Boston College, and wow. It's not a cheap school, and they didn't qualify for a whole lot. So their tuition is $3,000 a month for him, and they didn't want him to have loans. And it works as paying for that now for them. So they don't even, like, they both are still working their career jobs, but they don't have to worry about loans.
Right.
Because their side gig are helping pay for his tuition. So it's helped people in numerous ways.
That's awesome. Okay, well, next question. What about the conventional wisdom about the product is just plain wrong when it comes to your product?
Just in general, you mean like with the biggest product?
Objections, or, like conventional wisdom, meaning like what kind of objections do you see out there that are wrong,
Number one, is it FDA approved? That's like probably the biggest conventional excuse that I get from people who think that just because the drug administration doesn't give it the approval that it's not okay to use.
Yeah.
And that's probably the hardest one. Pharmaceuticals are obviously wonderful. They save lives. I mean, you need antibiotics.
In my opinion, you don't want it to be approved by the FDA.
Right. But you do not want to have to rely on them in order to be healthy. And I see a lot of people who are on certain drugs that don't need to be on drugs just by tweaking one or two things in their diet or adding one or two supplements that might, do better, than taking a drug every single day of their lives.
Yeah.
Another one is just our biggest product is a cloth wrap that tightens and tones skin. And a lot of people look at that and they think, nope, I'm going to do it the old fashioned way. I'm going to bust my butt in the gym and I'm going to cut my calories down to 1,000 a day and work out for an hour every single day. And I'm going to try and do it that way, which doesn't have to be that way.
Right.
Like, this is not going to help you lose weight. It's just going to help tighten up the areas of your body that are being affected by your weight loss.
Right.
So those are probably the two biggest issues.
So what would be, and to the business side of it, what would be the conventional wisdom about network marketing that's just plain wrong that you've learned in the past 2.5 years?
Pyramid scheme.
Yeah.
Yes. Everybody at the top is making all the money and everyone on the bottom is making nothing. And it doesn't have to be that way. And I always like to mark off on my chart where I point out the people that have enrolled me and my upline, and I'm actually above the two people above me. So I'm at a higher level than them. And with my mother, she is at a level, and I'm probably, I'm 4 promotions above where she is. Okay. And so you can't do that in traditional corporate America. You just can't. It doesn't work that way. Right. And even if promote from within, they're going to go from the bottom and bring you up, but it's because someone else has already left. And you don't have the chance to skip over someone entirely. So letting people know, that it's not illegal, it's not a scam. Right. It's a real job and it's a very real business model.
Yep, that is definitely a misconception out there. I agree. So how do you typically get started with a new distributor when you bring them on step by step?
So I came up with just a certain, we call it a welcome package. And I print out the relevant papers we have a back office, and I print out just the relevant papers that they're going to need in their first 30 days, whether it be some order forms, some customer forms, some distributor forms. I also go over the concept of charting, and I give them enough materials promotional materials to get them started. Okay. I have a couple of great YouTube videos that I watch from ambassadors that are on, that are within the company as well. And a lot of people, because I did not grow up here, are far away from me. They're in different states. So I actually utilize Zoom quite a bit because it's a great way for me to be face-to-face with them. Because on the phone, it's great, but a lot of it can be misconstrued. And this way, I can actually sit there and hold up a paper. They can see what I'm talking about while we talk to each other. Yep. And so for that first 30 days, I kind of really hold their hand. I ask them what they need from me because everyone's a different learner and everyone wants something different. I did not have anybody to hold my hand, and there are some people that just don't want me to be there like that for them. Right. So it's a great way for me to go in and just sort of, oh, hold on. I'm sorry. One moment.
That's okay.
All right. So yeah, I am sorry. It's a great way for me to find out what they need from me. And that first 30 days, I just I cover everything I possibly can. Because at that point, they're either going to run with it or they're not.
Right. Yep, that's true. All right. So describe how you utilize Facebook and Instagram or any other social media to grow your business in terms of selling your products and attracting team members.
Number one, I don't like to say that I'm selling anything.
Right.
Because I don't ever post anything like this is this price and I want you to buy it now.
Right.
And
that's good. Yeah. That's not what social media is for. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't like that method myself. And before I joined network marketing, I would scroll past those posts anyway. Right. I think that pictures speak 1,000 words. Right. And if I get a great before and after picture or a text from someone that has just fallen in love with the product, I like to share those and just say, hey, look, this is what happened with this product for this person. Because there might be someone that's scrolling through that has the same exact problem. Right. And they're not going to want to reach out to me. But when they see that, that might be the thing that they do. So I utilize Facebook and Instagram. And Instagram's very different from Facebook, 100%. Like I maybe do one thing about the business a day, and that's it. Right. Whereas with Facebook, I will do 1 or 2 product posts a day, and I will do 1 or 2 business posts mixed in with everything else.
With your personal posts as well.
Yes.
Yeah. Absolutely. Testimonial heavy, definitely. Okay, so you just answered number 6. What actions do you take on Facebook and Instagram to attract your business? So you said you do a couple personal posts, a couple business posts, a couple product posts, but not salesy, just, in life, basically.
Yeah, Facebook, I try to mix it up. I would say I post 6 times a day on Facebook. You have to make sure that there's a couple of posts that show your family that don't have anything to do with the business. Right. And then you have to make sure that there are a few things that show your personality that don't have anything to do with business. That's how you're going to find people that are a lot like you that, hey, she's doing it. And we're so similar. We have the same ideas about whether it be kids or animals or hobbies or wine. It doesn't matter. But you find someone that really kind of connects with you and you're like, she's doing this and she's doing okay. So maybe I can do this too. Okay. Whereas with Instagram, I do try to post 6 times a day as well. If I get 4 in, I'm happy. But they're all very different. So if one is a family post, the next one's going to be about fitness. And the next one's going to be about food and maybe fashion, something funny. So I try to follow the 5 or 6 F's for Instagram. Right.
Yeah. And then from your Instagram in your bio, you drive people to your Facebook profile, correct?
Absolutely. I think it's easier to do it that way than to, if I throw up about It Works on Instagram, people aren't going to follow me back because they don't, and they're only getting these little snapshots of your life. Most of them are not my friends like on Facebook because you can follow as many people as you want in certain increments throughout the day. So they have to get to know you and warm up to you first. Right. So and quite honestly, the people that I have that reach out to me through Instagram for my business, they do it through Facebook. So they'll actually go to my Facebook page and message me that way as opposed to direct messaging me on Instagram. What
you were saying is from Instagram, you see that you have like followers on Facebook to your personal profile, but they haven't yet friended you. Is that what you were saying? And then friend request after a while, or great.
I'll see them pop up as a follower on Facebook. I know they're following my before and afters and things like
your
that.
public posts or whatever. Yeah.
And then once they message me, we'll become friends because they usually are messaging me with either, hey, I'm interested, or tell me more about this.
That's awesome. Great strategy. Okay. So we kind of talked about this too. What other online technologies do you employ for your business? So you talked about Zoom meetings for people that don't live near you, and then you share out other YouTube videos. You'll use YouTube, but you don't do your own YouTubes or right now?
I have not started doing my own YouTube videos yet. I do live videos quite a bit.
Okay.
I have a team page on Facebook. Okay. And we do a lot of team contests over the month.
Okay.
I find something that works for me, then I end up going to our team page.
Okay.
And I post about it. I make a live video about what works for me at that time so that way they can see it.
Okay. So you mean you have your own Facebook group for your team and then you do Facebook live video. Okay, great.
Yes. Yep. It's a great way. And, because then they can interact with me just from asking questions on the bottom.
Right.
And, but with YouTube, I have found so many great videos already that kind of talk about how I want or what I believe in already. I mean, it makes my life a lot easier to just utilize those than to make my own.
Right. And that makes sense for network marketing because you're all, kind of doing the same thing. So that's, I agree with that too. So, and we kind of talked about what tools you provide with your new team member. You said you created your own welcome packet. So you've kind of branded yourself in a way, like join me because, you provide people with the support and the tools and things that you didn't get when you came on board. And I had mentioned before we went recording, that you need that support the first 30 days. So that's awesome. So I'll skip past that. And then, which kind of segues into the question, what makes you different from your competition? So It Works, has hundreds of thousands of distributors. What would you say to somebody what makes you different from other distributors out there? Why join your team?
So to be honest with you, I don't know a whole lot about how other distributors run their team. The competition is they won't let me on their team page. I don't know how they start them off. I don't really know how they train per se.
Okay.
But the reason that you should join my team or what we do is because I did not have that when I started. I was 1,500 miles away from my upline and I had no one here. And my mom gave me a couple catalogs and some blitz cards, but nothing else. And so I remember watching videos and training videos and YouTube videos, trying to get an idea of what I needed to do. And I wasted a lot of time doing that. So my whole strategy is to ensure that my new distributors don't have to waste any time learning anything that I can teach them right from the get-go. So they have no excuses not to just dive right in. I give them a box of, product samples. Everything they would need to throw their first party and give out samples for their first 4 customers. So they don't even have to worry about that. They can just dive right in when it shows up on their doorstep. And, I don't hold hands after that 30 days because I don't feel like I should have to. If someone has the fire and they want to do it, they're going to come to me and ask me questions. And then I'm going to be there to help them 100%. But you kind of have to grow on your own too.
Right.
So, I never want anyone to give the excuse, well, I didn't know this, so I couldn't do that.
Right. Yeah.
So,
Yeah. So then another good segue is, what is the number one reason people fail in your business, whether it be in your team or your company as a whole or network marketing as a whole?
Negativity.
Okay.
I don't care how long you've been in the business. You cannot prepare someone for the initial negativity they're going to get with network marketing.
Yeah.
And a funny story, my very first blitzing experience was with my kids in Target. And I had been in the business about a week and a half, and blitz cards were like gold to me. I didn't have a lot of money to start. So I was like rationing these blitz cards, and I ended up giving someone one, and she crumpled it on the ground and threw it, like just crumpled it and walked away from me. And I remember going to the car and crying my eyes out. But because of my personality, I was going to give it 3 months, and that's just who I am. So that didn't make me quit because I had already set in my mind that I had 3 months to do this and I kind of had to get over it. Whereas someone else that's just not like that would run for the hills.
Yeah.
That's understandable. I mean, that feeling sucks. So it was embarrassing and it was hard. So that's probably the number one reason that people fail is lack of support from friends and family and just that initial negativity.
Right. Yeah. Because you're doing something different. You're doing something unconventional.
People don't understand.
Yeah. In our society. So yeah, I definitely agree. As I left my 9-to-5 job to go out on my own, you definitely get weird looks, like, what are you doing?
Absolutely.
So anyway, that was the end of my questions. Thank you so much for talking. Good luck. You're doing awesome. And, daily, like I told you, I'm very impressed with how you're running things. Because like you said, it's an uphill battle sometimes. And
sometimes, but it's also better than anything I've ever done before.
Right.
Like it's, I can't imagine at this point doing anything different now.
Right.
So
ultimate freedom. So, and then I had one question that I didn't put down. So, going back to our talk about using social media to drive people to your profile. Now, obviously you have a little bit of a leg up with copywriting because you're, a trained writer, educated in fiction writing. So Do you give like social media tips to your team? Like, do you have a little section in your training where how to use Facebook or whatever for their businesses, or what do you do to mentor people on social media?
So I do a mixture of all three.
Mm-hmm.
We have a separate Facebook group that we came up with where I will post something that I have already written.
Okay.
And I will let people know, like, hey, this worked for me. This post.
I was going to say, do you have like scripts? Because some people like don't have that talent. Like, what do I write? So
well, not only that, but there are just some people that don't have, even if they can write, maybe they're like a mathematician whiz,
right,
and just horrible at grammar and spelling.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to watch out for that too with your posts. You
Totally.
cannot have bad grammar or spelling because that comes out of it. So a lot of times, we have a whole Facebook page that is just scripts, and it's a great way to post that and just be like, you can use this. You need to change some of the words. You got to make it be you. You have to change the number, your name.
Right.
So when someone's first starting out, it's more comfortable for them sometimes just to do it that way. But also, like, I went to an Instagram training with an ambassador within our company. And that was last year, and I learned some great tips from her. So I love sharing her videos that are a little shorter.
Yeah.
I got. And then just also live videos.
Right. Awesome. So thank you so much, and have a good day. Have fun with your family and your business. And thanks again. I will be sharing out our video everywhere I have followers. So people will be seeing. So there might be people out there who are considering network marketing and might just jump on your team after this video. So, all right. We'll talk to you later.
Thank you so much.
See you on Facebook. Bye.
Bye.